Hey everyone, it's Hannah and welcome back to the Crafty Chat podcast. I hope you all have a beverage of choice. I have a cup of tea, more on that in a second. And happy Star Wars Day. I'm wearing a Star Wars t-shirt because it's May the 4th and May the 4th be with you because it's Star Wars Day. Sorry, the angle's a bit awkward again. I've bought a new tripod, 2 new tripods, one for my phone and one for my camera. And they should be arriving today, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But I needed to get up early and film this because I have work. So it's only 20 to 8 at the moment. I got up at 6 on a day I didn't need to. Flying a little bit by the seat of my pants today. Don't have podcast notes, but hopefully that's okay. Yes, I have no finished objects. Oh, that's a lie. I do have a finished object. And then I got a few whips. And yeah. So, like everybody said, my name is Hannah. I am, you know, the owner behind the Corner of Craft. Owner. I'm not actually like a brick and mortar shop. I make things and sell them. I also dye yarn. I will talk about shop update later on. And yes, I'm coming at you today from a very sunny and apparently it's going to be quite warm Nottingham in the United Kingdom. I haven't spoken much today, so my voice hasn't quite warmed up yet. But like I say, I have work later, so that is why I am dressed in work attire. Not that you know what work attire is, and I pretty much am wearing what I would normally wear anyway. So I can't really say anything. Also, my glasses are all downstairs and I'm already upstairs now, so I can't be bothered to go find my glasses to put them on. So just gonna be a little bit blind, but that's okay. I also got contact lenses this week. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, the tea that I'm drinking today, because it is the Craft Tea Chat podcast. Oh, I talk about knitting. I forgot to mention that. Very out of practice. Can you tell? I'm drinking tea by the Bluebird Tea Company. And it's Monkey Chops. Bluebird Tea Company is now under a new name. It's called Bird and Blend. But this is like all that old packaging because they've only just changed it over. Monkey Chops, this is a Ceylon black tea with banana and coconut and vanilla, and I have it with milk and it's actually very tasty. I mean, if you don't like banana flavouring, you're not going to like this tea, but I do like banana flavouring, so I do like this tea. Don't think I can say it tastes like a banana, but it is very pleasant, and the coconut adds a nice touch. So this is the tea that I've been enjoying. And Bluebird is great. Not sponsored by them in any way. I tried to become a rep. They didn't want me. That's fine. Still going to buy all the tea from them. But on their packaging, it says how much tea. Sorry, I'm terribly bitten nails. It says how much tea you need, how hot the water should be, how long you need to steep it for, and it's all useful. So I put it in my tea brewer. I leave it for like the time it says, set a timer on the oven, and it's fantastic every time. Right. Oh, I'm co-hosting a knit along at the moment with Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits, Dragon Hoiled Yarn, Yarn Cafe Creations, and Lofty Loops. We are all co-hosting a Shusui Shrug knit along, and that will be ending next week, is it? Week after. In about a week and a half. On the... That's not true at all. Dates. Today's May the 4th. In 10 days, on the 14th of May. I am definitely not going to finish, and I will talk about that whip in a moment. As in before the end of the knit along, but it's a participation cal, so if you fancy casting one on, you've still got some time, and just chat in the chatter threads and you'll be in with a chance of winning. And speaking of winning, last week I announced a giveaway for the new sock club from Skein, and have I written down what it is? Soccer Leicester, the Soccer Leicester collection from Skein. It's 6 colourwork sock patterns, and I picked a winner for that earlier on today, and coincidentally it just so happened that one of my friends won. So congratulations, Bernadette of Eco Geek, you won the sock pattern, so that is very exciting. I will get in contact with Ellie and get her to send over those sock patterns. Sorry it took me so long to do that. I was meant to do it just after I got back from Edinburgh Yarn Festival, but you know how life is. Life just gets in the way sometimes. Right. Let's do finished things. I've worn these, so I apologise. But I finished my rainbow socks. I've got hair stuck on them too, because I'm molting like nobody's business. But this yarn is from All Wool That Ends Wool, and it is Midsummer Night's colour, and it's 75/25 superwash merino nylon, and it just self stripes. I did an afterthought heel, where you pick up stitches and cut the yarn, the curvy wurvy afterthought heel, and I said that I wasn't sure how to cut it in. I did odd heels for extra fun. These are some minis from West Yorkshire Spinners that my friend Suzanne sent to me, and I contacted Suzanne and asked her how to make the socks fit. So what you do is you knit until you want to put your heel in. You put a little stitch marker on your heel, and then you start knitting your foot. When you think it's getting about long enough, you line up the stitch marker to your ankle bone, which is like that knobbly bit on the side of your ankle, and lay the foot part along your foot. And then once you get to the base of your big toe, was it? Then you start knitting the toe. And it worked out fine. These are the best fitting pair of afterthought heel socks I have knit so far. So that was fun. I didn't want to mess up the striping pattern, which is why I went for an afterthought heel. But yeah, I really like them. Look how jazzy and rainbowy they are. Ooh. I wasn't going to get up too close and personal, but I won't. That's it. That's all I'm going to do. But yeah, I finished these. Finally. My goodness. I cast those on when I went to Sweden at the beginning of March. Right. Works in progress. So my Shusui shrug. Let's get that out of the way first. I can't remember where I was last time I showed you, but I feel like I've made a little bit of progress. At the same time, I feel like I've been knitting this for ages, and I haven't been. It's just been sat there, and I haven't really knit it that much. I'm getting fed up with it. I don't know if I want to knit it anymore. And that makes me really sad, because I like how it looks. I like how everyone's finished thing looks. It's just so much knitting. And I feel like there are other things I could make that I might like more. But I just wanted a big slouchy jumper to wear when I was being big and slouchy. But yes, this is what it's looking like. I was just getting annoyed with it because I like brioche. I enjoy brioche. But you have to knit each row twice. And I don't enjoy that. And I feel like, although I have got a routine down of how to knit this, I still have to concentrate quite hard. So I've got two options. Rip it out and put it somewhere, put the yarn into something else. Or keep going and plough through. I might keep going and plough through. Because I don't like admitting defeat. I don't like knitting projects getting the better of me, you know? Does that make sense? So the yarns I'm using are my own hand-dyed yarns. I have a yarn dyeing business called Chromatic Yarns. And they're all colourways inspired by Dungeons and Dragons. So these are the colours that I've got. So we've got this purple, which is Vicious Mockery. I've got this colour, which is as of yet unnamed because I haven't actually sold any of them. It's on 100% merino 4-ply. And I've started to alternate skeins because I thought it's about time. And then I started to alternate skeins on the wrong side, so then I have to switch it over to the other side. It was a situation. But you can't really tell too much that I'm alternating skeins thanks to the I-cord edge. So that seems to be working okay. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's the underside. So I think I just need to pick this up and keep going with it. There are just so many other jumpers I want to knit because I have all of the yarn from Edinburgh Yarn Festival and stuff as well. I just want to knit all the jumpers. And a friend's having a baby, so I just want to knit baby jumpers with a couple of one single skeins that I've got in stash that I don't know if I'm going to use it for anything else. You know? But yes. This is my Shisui Shrek. Yeah, I think maybe I'll just try and plough through with it. We shall see. We shall see. Not making promises, but I like everyone's finished articles, so maybe. This is living in my Vullenwine bag that Kristen so lovely gifted to me on we did a little Christmas swap. It's got sweaters on it, so I thought how very appropriate, because it's got a jumper in it, you know. Okay, next one. In my Fringe Field supply bag, and I really thought I was going to get this finished. I'm so close to being finished. With all my badges on. I got so much of this done the other day, and I'm really close to being finished. I'm kind of annoyed at myself that I haven't. But this is my Bendy Arrows shawl, and I've actually been working on this a surprising amount. After I cast this on ages ago and left it alone for ages, didn't do anything with it, and then I picked it up again and went ballistic. So yeah, so that little star is where I was last time. This little progress keeper here, and I've done all of this. See what I mean? I'm so close to being done. The frustration is real. It's actually a really interesting construction. I'm molting so much. I got really annoyed at the short rows, which is this section here. This huge yellow bit are short rows, and I got really annoyed about those. And I don't know why, because they're not even that difficult. I guess because I actually had to think about that bit maybe. But it's a really interesting construction. Really enjoy Charlotte's patterns. I haven't knit many of them, to be fair, but I've looked at a lot of them, and she likes to do really interesting and different ways of constructing shawls and such, which is really cool. I like that. So you knit all of this bit and you increase it till it's massive, and then you do a bunch of short rows, and then you decrease a ton of stitches, and then you just get back to normal knitting and do this little jiggly design. But basically, because you're increasing steadily, or decreasing, sorry, you're decreasing steadily, you're not going to have many stitches to cast off at the end, which is so exciting. I've already started weaving in ends. I need to get back and do some more. I've woven in all of my ends except for these ones, but I don't mind weaving in ends, so that's not a problem for me. But it is quite a lot at the top here if you decide to do the striping pattern that is suggested in the pattern. In the pattern as well, it says to switch and do your colour, I think it's colour A, I can't remember. So basically for me it would be this yellow colour as a block at the end. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep going with this because I'm actually really enjoying how it's knitting up. And that was the problem that I had when I first cast on. I'm very complainy today. I do apologise. I don't intend to be. I haven't had any caffeine today, and maybe I'm a bit tired. I'm unsure. I don't mean to be complainy. It's just how it's happening. But the yarns that I'm using are the Lollipop Guild yarns. Yeah. So this is Goldie Horn, which fantastic name, and this is Mauve It. Even though I personally don't think there's any mauve in this, but then I think maybe I've got a different view of what mauve is in comparison to some people. But I caked this up. I really liked this in the skein, and I caked it up and I looked at it and I was like, do I still like it? And I really didn't think I did, which is why this was languishing for a while. But I'm glad that I kept going with it, because I actually really like the interest that it's giving, and it's pooling, and I don't even care. But is this the right way around? Yeah. Look how cool that looks. And we got a bit of striping happening, and then we pulled for a bit. Now we're going back to striping, and I'm excited to block this out because I think it's going to be really good, because it's all garter, so it's going to be real stretchy. It's got a nice I-cord edge, so it's finished off nicely, and yes, I think this is going to be fantastic. I just want to finish it, basically. I thought I was going to be able to finish it a couple of days ago. Alas, poor Yorick, I knew him Horatio. No, alas, I did not finish it, because I keep playing the damn Harry Potter game on my phone. Although I keep running out of energy, so that's really annoying. But the pattern's like split into different sections depending on what you need to do in the pattern. And it's actually really easy to memorise, which is fun and nice. Because that's what made me cautious about knitting it, is that I thought it wasn't going to be an easy one to memorise, so I didn't want to knit it. But it turns out it is. Well, so now I want to use some of my own yarn and knit one of these as like a shop sample. Blah. Pretending I'm more professional than I am. Blah. So yeah, next time you see me, this will be finished. Promise. Or at least, hopefully, will be finished. I have one new cast on. Because I mean, I cast off a pair of socks, so I had to cast on a pair of socks. And also I'm going to the pub tomorrow, so I might have to cast on yet another pair of socks. These things happen. I like easy things to knit, so it's either going to be hats or socks. So we'll see. Because I would take that shawl with me, but it's a bit massive. I just drank my tea in a very strange way. So, last year, you may remember that Gabby of Once Upon a Corgi, Becky, who is the designer, Becky Sorensen, aka Soprano Knits, and I mention her in every single podcast, and we did a kit together. It was called the Volca socks. They are my favourite socks I've ever knit. The yarn is fantastic. Gabby dyes gorgeous yarns. Anyway, we're coming out with a kit. Yes, another kit. It's going to be yarn by Gabby, stitch marker / progress keeper by me, and then you get Becky's sock pattern as well. If you know Becky's patterns at all, and if you've watched my podcast, you've seen me knit a fair few of them. She's all about texture in knitting and adding different textures, and I love that because I just think it's different. It's unique. I don't know, adds interest. So she's designed a fantastic sock pattern, and I've cast it on, and I've started to test knit. And I suppose I should switch the little marker that I have to the one that will be going in the kit. One moment, they're up on my desk. That's why I haven't got as much knitting done this week as I would normally. Is because I had to make many small umbrellas to the point where I ran out of beads, but I need to get them in the post. I have more beads now, but yes, this is the sock pattern. Becky's been showing it off on her podcast, so I think it's okay to show you. So in the sock kit, my goodness, I'm battling with my higher sharps. In the sock kit, you get a skein of yarn and a mini. I've completely forgotten what it's called. I'll put it on the screen. The mini is a fantastic peachy pink colour, and then this is a gorgeous green, kind of tonal, and it's got some brownie speckled in it. I just really like that. It's superwash Polworth and maybe nylon, I can't remember. Once again, I'll put it on the screen. I will correct myself. I'm really sorry if you are just listening and not watching. But yes, we are still thinking of a name for the sock pattern, but starts out with a bit of broken rib. You got this fun leafy pattern, and I'm currently knitting the lace pattern, which looks a bit like raindrops. And it's just a panel at the front, and yeah, it's a really easy lace pattern to memorise. I met up with one of my friends for a coffee, and I was knitting this while chatting to him with no problems, which is probably why I didn't finish my shawl, because I should have been knitting that instead. And the stitch marker that I'll be making, because of the raindrop lace pattern, is a tiny green umbrella. You may have seen these on Instagram. I've been beading them a lot recently. So tiny green umbrella. I'm really proud of them. I didn't think I liked them when I first started making it, and then I've had it sat there for a while, and then I looked at it again, I was like, you know what, yeah, I really like it. It's a bit more vibrant than the yarn is, but I mean, it's the closest that I could get. Also, it will help it stand out against your sock pattern. So yeah, that was inspired by like the raindrop lace pattern that I thought was really cute. But yes, it did mean that I had to bead 32 of them this week. So when I was technically, so I work part-time in a coffee shop. When I was off work, like my day job, I actually went into work anyway, and sat and commandeered a table for 2 days, 4 hours each day. No, longer than that. 6 hours on the first day, 5 hours on the second day, and non-stop beaded tiny umbrellas. I mean, it was nice going into work on my day off because, you know, I got coffee, I got tea brought over, I got given a scone. It was great. I was a bit cheesed off by the second day because my back was hurting me because I'm an old woman now. But yes, I still have a couple more to make, which is hopefully tomorrow afternoon's job. But yeah, I'm really excited about them because my beads arrived. So now I can finish them up, package them up, post them off. Perfect. But yes, I'm test knitting this sock pattern for Becky. I need to have another read of it, need to work out where I need to start increasing for my heel. I love it. They are shorter socks for spring, and yeah, they use Becky. You can put any heel you want in it, obviously, but I'm going to use Becky's heel, which is the New Depths heel, because I have a really high arch in my foot, like a shockingly high arch, to the point where if I wear very flat shoes, it really hurts both my feet and my back actually. So the New Depths heel is perfect fit for me. Especially because I've knit so many pairs of socks with it, I have tweaked it to perfection. But yes, those kits should be coming in the next few weeks, which is intensely exciting. And yes. Judging by how the stitch markers were received on Instagram, people are going to want to get this kit. Because when we did the Volca socks, those kits sold out in a few hours. It was ridiculous. Then we had to do a second update, so they're going to be sold on Gabby's shop. They're not going to be sold in my shop. It's easier for me to send over a tiny box of stitch markers, which are actually incredibly light, than it is for her to send a huge box of yarn that is actually pretty heavy over to me. So that was the reasoning as to why it's going in Gabby's shop and it's not in mine. I understand that that is frustrating to those of you in Europe. But unfortunately, it is how it is. It's cheaper for me to do it this way around than it would be to do it the other way around. We don't want to have to charge more than the kits than we have to, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. This is my first cup of tea of the day, and it is going down fantastically. Right, got a bit of shop update news. So I'm going to be doing a shop update on Sunday this week, slightly different. I'm trying to play around to see which is the best time. I'm going to do it later in the day as well. So hopefully shop update is going to be at 5 PM on Sunday, that is British time. Last time I did it 10 AM on a Saturday, I did a shop update. And some of you crazy people in the States were setting your alarm at like 4 AM so you could get stitch markers, which is amazing. Thank you so much. But I want to make it a bit fair. So I'm going to do it at 5 PM this Sunday, which is the 6th of May, getting the right month, Hannah. And I've been dyeing some yarn, so hopefully there you'll see something you fancy. I'm not going to tell you the names of them because I'll probably end up changing the names of them as I make the listings, because that is what happens. None of these have been in my shop before. Yeah, so I got this Speckled Delight. This is on 100% merino. Got 2 skeins of this. I think this is going to have to be named after some kind of necromancy spell. I don't know why I think that, but it's a bit of black, and then purple, and then a bit of silvery grey. Maybe it's not black, maybe it's charcoal. It's charcoal. I don't know my own colours. But I love these. You know I love a natural yarn with speckles. Like, it's my jam. Then I've done this one, which is terribly wound. I just had to do it quickly when my parents visited last week and had to get them off the drying rack, so I had to wind them up really quickly, and I haven't primped them, which is what I usually like to do, so please excuse. They will look nicer, mainly because I need to photograph them, but also because I want to send you pretty skeins of yarn. But yes, so more blues, got a bit of jade, I think I've got teal, got navy for sure. I dyed these a couple of weeks ago, so can't quite remember it as well, but yes, love these. Love these. We've got this one, which I actually really like. They are both the same. It's because how they've wound. Some of the colours have been hidden, but I've got a bit of blues, greens, yellows, pinks. Yeah, and then where the colours have mixed. Yeah, colours, every colour in between. Maybe a bit of charcoal as well, by the looks of things. I've written it all down, but it's all written down downstairs. Those are all on 100% merino. The sun has now come out and is right in my face. I don't have curtains in this room. And then we've got this one, which is really nice, which is teal with navy blue and orange and a bit of yellow, I think. This is on 75/25 superwash, blue face Leicester and nylon. I'm sorry if the sun is being annoying, but this is so nice. I love this. Look at that bit. Oh, I love speckles. This one actually has a name that I'm not going to change. This is Moonbeam. I came up with a name for this before I even dyed it, and it's just a tonal silver grey colour. This is also superwash, blue face Leicester and nylon. And then also on blue face Leicester nylon, 75/25. I've got this one, which I'm thinking it will be called Daylight. It's yellows, and then it has like a dark indigo blue as well. This is really nice. This was fun to dye as well. I've been having a lot of fun dyeing this week, which is an odd sentence to say. I lost my dye mojo for a bit, but I got it back. So, yay! Let's keep going with the 75/25 blue face Leicester trend. I got these with my hair in it, apparently. How am I molting so much? I apologise if I send you a skein of yarn that has my hair in it. I don't intend it to ever happen. But yes, I'm trying to get a pale mint green, which kind of happened. And then we got some navy speckles and some pink. And I think I speckled it with a jade as well. But yeah, this is so fantastic. Want to knit socks out of this so much. Unfortunately, I can't keep all of the yarn that I dye. I would love that. This was a custom order. Someone messaged me and asked if I could dye them a skein of sock yarn inspired by their D&D character, and they sent me some information about their D&D character, and I ran with it. She plays a tiefling with pale blue skin, red hair and golden eyes, and yeah, I went with it. I did a couple of different, or I dyed two. So one, I will take photos of both of them. I will send them to her and say, which one do you want? And then that one, then the other one will go in the shop. But yes, this is going to be called Cirella. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your character's name, but yeah, it's just really fun. It's just pale blue with yellow, well, golden yellow speckles, red speckles, and then a bit of navy to add a bit of interest and depth. It's really fun. Loving the primary colours. I was worried that the colours would mix, I got a bit of purple going on one of them, more so than the other, but yeah, so fun. And yeah, she's going to save that yarn so she knits herself, so she knits socks during when she's playing Dungeons and Dragons, and like saves it only for then. That's really cool. I like that. Note to self, this is a terrible time of day to film because of the sun. So now we're going into slightly fancy territory. We're going into superwash merino, cashmere, MCN, superwash merino, cashmere and nylon. I've never dyed this before, but you know what? I really enjoyed it. It's so soft, ridiculously soft. What is the light doing? So yes. Oh, let's try and get this going. I'm sorry, the sun is annoying. But it's just like a pale terracotta tan colour with speckles of browns, a bit of green, got some dark grey in there, a bit of yellow, and I just love how this looks. This looks so good. Oop. Let's try and get this going. I'm trying to shield it with my hand. I'm not very professional. And we've got this one, which is a little bit like Acid Splash, but isn't the same, so can't call it the same. But it is a very bright, vibrant green. Apparently I'm liking bright colours. Bright, vibrant green, and it's got some navy blue and some charcoal, and the green's broken a little bit, so there's some yellow through it as well, which is real pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. It's more yellowy green than it's coming up. It's coming up more blue on camera, but you'll be able to see it in photos. This is awful. What am I doing? No, back here, there. Maybe. So yeah, also on MCN. And then, last one, I promise. Because I'm battling this sunshine. It's getting on my wick. This is kind of like disgustingly girly in the most fantastic way. I love this. So I went pink and then speckled it with sort of turquoisey colours and purple and more pink, and yes. Also MCN. I need to unskein it because it's still slightly damp, but I did it for podcast purposes. The sun is so irritating. There's nothing I can do. Hold it here, does that help? Maybe. So yeah, very exciting. My fringe is getting too long. I need to put my glasses on. There we go. Yes, love this. Fantastic. I had, yeah, like I say, I had so much fun dyeing all of the yarns this week. I also applied to Nottingham Yarn Expo to vend there in November, so keep your fingers crossed for me. That would be my first yarn show, unless I do one before then, but I don't see that happening. It's actually really nerve-wracking. It's a really terrifying thing to sign up for, because it's huge pressure. I would be, this sun, what is this? It's not helping. I would be there for both yarn and also for stitch markers, hopefully, if I get there. So keep your fingers crossed. And if I don't get in, then I will just pay it a visit anyway, because I'm a decent person and like buying yarn. I am going to Woolin in Dublin in a couple of weeks. I'm only going for the Saturday. I'm getting there Saturday morning, going straight from the airport to the convention centre. Might need to kill some time in the middle somewhere. And then flying out really early on Sunday morning. So I decided I wanted to do it as one last blowout before I have to save for the wedding, because I recently got engaged. The reason I'm wearing my ring around my neck is because, like I say, I'm going to work in a couple of hours. Yeah, literally a couple of hours. And because I work in a coffee shop, we use a lot of cleaning products, we work the hands a lot, and I don't want to get the ring ruined, so I wear it on a chain around my neck for work, and then when I'm outside of work, I wear the ring as I normally would wear it. So that's why that's happening. But yes, before I, decide that I don't need more yarn, because I definitely don't. One last trip, one last yarn festival, because why the devil not? Marion didn't discourage it either, so I blame him. Tea. I love tea. Such good tea as well. Yes. Life stuff. I recently got contact lenses. I'm currently in like a trial week. I only went and tried them on last Sunday. I've got to go back tomorrow actually and have a checkup and make sure that they are all a-okay, and they are. They're just daily ones. I don't want to wear them all the time. I like my glasses. I really like my glasses. I just like having the option of wearing contact lenses sometimes. Like when you want to switch up accessories, sometimes that is what I want. And also, if I spend ages on my makeup and then going out and meeting friends, and then I have to put glasses on and I cover up my makeup, and it's very vain, but irritating. Other than that, my parents came to visit. We had a lovely time. When was the last thing? The 12th of April. Parents came to visit. We had a lovely time. Mario is currently having a trial week in a bakery because he wants to be a baker. So fingers crossed, he has done a good job this week and they want to hire him. So please keep all your best wishes coming this way. Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I've been beading umbrellas like they're going out of fashion. So many umbrellas. Watching RuPaul's Drag Race, always. And yeah, I think that's it. That's all I've been doing. That's exciting times. I'll probably remember something that I've done after the podcast, but I can't really think of anything right now. All is well in life and such, so yes, I'm excited to get some things off the needles. I want to cast on a baby jumper. I want to plough on through with my Shusui shrug because it's not going to knit itself. Yes. Thank you. I think that's everything. If you want to follow me on social media, links can all be found in the description box below. I forgot to say that in the beginning. Also, link to podcast notes can be found in the description box below because we have a Ravelry group, because I'm terrible at doing things in the right order. So feel free to check out the Ravelry group. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I feel like I've been a bit more low energy this podcast than usual. There's nothing wrong. It's just early in the morning. So don't worry about me. Don't panic. Okay, right, I need to go edit this quick and get it uploading before I go to work. Fingers crossed, hopefully I have time. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you very soon in my next podcast. Bye!